Welcome back to Homebody, where we explore real, grounded ways to heal and support your mental health through the body. So, I'm Anna, and today I want to walk you through a powerful yet simple topic: how to start your day regulated. If you are someone who wakes up already feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or heavy, this episode is especially for you. Many of us open our eyes and feel like we're already behind, already tense, already anxious, already tired. But the good news is that there are small intentional ways to reset your nervous system each morning that can change the trajectory of your entire day. We're going to talk about what happens to the nervous system overnight, why mornings are a key window for regulation, and I'll share a simple 3-step morning reset you can start using right away. So let's start with what's going on in the body while we sleep. During sleep, our nervous system ideally shifts into parasympathetic dominance, the rest and digest state. This is where the body repairs tissues, regulates hormones, consolidates memories. We should wake up in a ventral vagal state, calm, connected, and rested. But that is not always the case. I think we can all attest to that. So, for many people, especially those with a history of trauma, chronic stress, anxiety, or disrupted circadian rhythms, the nervous system doesn't get the chance to fully downshift. So, if your nervous system is stuck in that sympathetic dominance, fight or flight mode, it becomes very difficult to actually fall into deep sleep, restorative sleep. So even if you sleep for 7 to 8 hours a night, you might still wake up feeling wired, anxious, or exhausted. Why? Because your body never fully accessed that state needed for true restoration. So a good way to know whether you have dipped into that kind of restorative sleep phase is whether or not you wake up with a racing heart, whether you feel restless or wired before even getting out of bed, whether you have that morning dread or low-grade panic first thing when you wake up. So cortisol, our primary stress hormone, naturally spikes in the early morning. So from about 3, 4 a.m. it starts to rise, and this is a healthy part of waking up. But in a dysregulated nervous system, that cortisol spike can feel more like anxiety rather than alertness. According to a study in psychoneuroendocrinology in 2010, individuals with higher perceived stress and anxiety tend to have an exaggerated cortisol awakening response, which can set the tone for the rest of the day. This is why having a gentle, intentional nervous system reset in the morning is so important. It helps shift you out of that sympathetic dominance and into a state where your body can feel calm, present, and safe. So there are 4 foundational pillars of your morning reset: light, movement, hydration, and breath. So let's start with natural light exposure. I cannot stress how important this is for setting your circadian rhythm. So getting natural light in your eyes within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking up helps reset your circadian rhythm and regulate that cortisol and melatonin. So cortisol is your alertness stress hormone. Melatonin is that sleepiness hormone. So we create more melatonin as the evening goes on to get us ready to fall asleep at night. So, according to research published in Cell Reports in 2021, light exposure first thing in the morning increases alertness, improves our mood, and anchors the sleep wake cycle. So, what this might look like is stepping outside or opening your blinds and facing the sunlight. So, even if it is overcast or cloudy outside, turning to where the sun would be in the sky for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Don't wear any sunglasses. Indirect light is enough, even on cloudy days. The second key pillar is movement. Gentle movement wakes up the body and signals safety. This could be anything, and I really want you to explore movement from your own personal standpoint of what interests you, what feels best for you, how you like to move, how much energy you have in the mornings. So it could be stretching in bed, so even just putting your arms up and over your head as you wake up in the morning, doing a few joint circles, rolling your wrists, or walking slowly around your space. It could also be a dance party while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. It could be like running up and down on the spot. It could be 10 body squats. Whatever that movement is that you feel most aligned with, I really want you to honor your personal and unique desires and needs and follow that, because it's going to be far more motivating doing something that you actually enjoy as opposed to something that you really don't want to do. Movement also increases our proprioceptive input, which helps bring your awareness back into our body. So, proprioceptive sensory input is how our kind of joints and fascia understand where our body is in space. And when we utilize our body through weighted movements, so things like crawling, pushing, anything weight based, really. So, you can even giving yourself a firm hug is proprioceptive sensory input. This will really help bring awareness back into your body. Pillar number three is hydration. Hydration, again, cannot stress enough how important hydrating is for your nervous system to function optimally. If you are dehydrated and you think about your sleep pattern, and if you have slept 7 to 8 hours without water, our bodies are in a dehydrated state. Dehydration can contribute to brain fog, fatigue, anxiety, tension. Think about anxiety as an alarm system in the body. So that alarm system is essentially going to go off when things external to you could be perceived as dangerous or threatening, but also when these internal physiological shifts occur as well, right? So if you're dehydrated, you're going to be sending these internal alarm bells, hey, something's wrong, something's wrong. And that is why we really want to focus on these basic physiological functions as a way to start to combat anxiety from the ground up. So I will also add to this, hydration isn't just about how much water you drink, it's about the balance of electrolytes that you have in your body. And so starting your day off with a glass of water with a pinch of sea salt or electrolytes is really going to shift the way in which your body is able to absorb water into your cells and actually functionally use it. And you can feel the difference between when you're just chugging water and you still feel thirsty and when you actually add some maybe electrolytes or sodium into your water, and how your body can actually feel a lot more, even in your skin, feel a lot more elastic, but your mind starts to clear. So I really encourage you to have like warm, salty water in the morning, or if you have a brand of electrolytes that you really enjoy, there's a couple that I like personally that I will put in the links below, non-affiliate links. So they're just the ones that I personally use and love. All right, so the fourth pillar that we can use in our morning rituals to regulate our nervous system is breath work. Gentle breathing resets the vagus nerve and helps you move into that parasympathetic state. So, my favorite for mornings are pursed lip breathing or soft belly breathing. So, inhaling through the nose for 4 seconds, exhaling slowly through pursed lips. So, I want you to imagine that you are blowing through a tiny straw. So when we do this, we give that kind of tactile stimulation, that biofeedback to our body. It really helps us extend our exhales. So if you are someone that has trouble kind of slowing your breathing rate down and not just taking in nice deep breaths, but also those long extended exhales, because if we inhale deeply, we're going to increase our sympathetic nervous system and increase our heart rate. But the exhale is where our parasympathetic nervous system is going to come online. So if you can imagine breathing through a tiny little straw, pushing that for at least 6 to 8 seconds, but longer if you can, and repeating that 5 or so times. So these four practices, they don't have to take an hour long, they don't even have to take 10 minutes long, but they do create a sense of safety and groundedness that start your day. So now, here it is, your 3-step nervous system reset ritual. You can customize it to suit your schedule. You have to make it make sense for you, your preferences, your uniqueness, but it is built on evidence based tools that support regulation as well. So, step one is going to be orient and ground, and this can be 2 minutes at most. You're going to sit up in your bed or stand near a window. You're going to look around your space and name out loud 5 things that you see. So I see my bed, I see my window, I see a tree outside. Feel your feet on the floor or your body supported by the bed and say to yourself, I am here. This is a new day. I am safe to begin again. Step two is going to be light and hydration, and these two can go hand in hand. So, this is best. You don't get the same effect by just looking out a window. So, it's really important that you're getting unfiltered natural light. So, again, even if it is raining, overcast, snowing, cold outside, natural unfiltered light is going to be best. So take your warm, salty water out with you or your electrolytes out with you to anywhere that you can see the unfiltered natural light, and sip your glass of water slowly, noticing the sensations of that warm water going down into your belly. So let this be a cue that your body is waking up in a really nourishing and intentional way. Step number 3 is going to be breathing and gentle movement. And we can do a few neck rolls, we can do some shoulder shrugs or arm swings to move any stagnant energy. And then we're just going to follow that by 5 rounds of soft breathing. So inhaling through your nose for 4 seconds, exhaling through those pursed lips like you're blowing through a tiny little straw for at least 6 to 8 seconds, if not longer. And then to finish off your morning routine, you can place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly and just feel your breath moving between those two contact points. And that's it. It's not about perfection. It's about setting up your system to feel the most safe, enough to start the day, and also to release what you may have lingering from the day before so that you can actually step into that new day without having all of these stress responses that are open-ended coming into your day as you move forward. So one of the most healing things that you can offer your nervous system in anything that you do, whether it's a morning ritual or a regulating resource or a toolkit that you have put together for yourself, is to create consistency around them. Think of these practices like a signal to your body. You are safe. We do this every day. We know how to come back to calm. Dr. Stephen Porges, creator of the polyvagal theory, emphasizes that predictability and rhythm are the key components of nervous system safety. So when you begin your day with predictable actions, your system starts to trust that it doesn't need to stay on high alert. So familiarity equals safety. Consistency creates familiarity. Predictability and rhythm, these are all words to kind of allow you to fall into that natural rhythm that we want to do, especially in the morning. So even if the rest of your day gets messy, stressful, or unpredictable, you've already laid a foundation of regulation for yourself first thing in the morning that you can come back to. And that's what really matters, right? And if you miss a morning, if you forget about it, if you forget about it for months, that's okay. This is about a relationship, not rules. So you're creating a relationship with your body, you're creating a relationship with your nervous system. And we can do that over a long period of time and finding what works best for you and playing around with this morning reset that I've gifted you, but also feeling free to kind of mash it up and make it into your own thing as well, right? So let's recap. Your nervous system is deeply, deeply impacted by how you start your day. By offering yourself natural light, hydration, gentle movement, and breath work, you're telling your body that I am here, I'm safe, and we've got this. So if you try the 3-step morning reset this week, just notice how your body responds. And remember, even those kind of really subtle, small shifts can create big snowballing of changes over time. So if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. I'd love to hear how your morning practice evolves. So come find me on Instagram at Anna the Anxiety Coach. Take a deep breath, feel your feet on the floor, and go gently into your day.